Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to MRC Racing Leagues. This is, we are in Imola today for round 10, the final race of the season. Kick, She Loves JP, has confirmed himself as the champion of this tier. But there are still positions up for grabs in other places throughout the standings. Sorry if I'm stuttering a bit at the moment. I am just trying to get the stream all sorted. Apologies. Sorry. Damn it. Right, okay, sorry about that. I am back now. Okay, let's have a look. Imola. A remarkable track, very fun to not only qualify on, but also in race as well. Good overtaking opportunities. Right, apologies for that. I was going to have Cocoms, and he is here now with us. Welcome to the commentary box, Carl.
Good evening. Apparently Mark's saying you're not live on YouTube though.
It does say I'm live.
There's been nothing pop up on the YouTube. I'm just going to use this time to try and flipping calm down because I'm an absolute mental wreck right now.
I know what's wrong. Okay, got it. And okay, we should be live now. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to MRC Racing Leagues. This is round 10. We are here in Imola. This is the final race of the season. We should be in for a battle between places lower down in the order of the standings, considering Kick, She Loves JP, has sealed himself as the champion of this tier. I'm joined in the commentary box today by the one and only BitW, also known as Carl Evans. Carl, how are you?
Not too bad after I've just absolutely had to leg it to get in this lobby in a few matter of seconds ago, but here we are, tier 3 finale. As you said, titles wrapped up. JP won it last week, and constructors is also wrapped up with Sauber's name on that championship as well, so it's just fighting amongst the rest of the championship. And if I'm correct, because we've got no Wookiee racing, he could drop lower down because his second place in this championship is under threat now with him missing tonight as well.
Yeah, we're missing 2 drivers today. I think that is Nicolay Lima and who else? Somebody else. Apologies if I missed you. Yes, we are missing 2 drivers today, but that does not stop us from commentating, so we will ride on board with Wimo, who is just diving into turn 9 and into turn 11, 12 and 13. A nice series of corners, that one. You can brake quite late and move quite nicely onto the curb. And here, yeah, I think he was just on he has aborted his lap. Yeah, just letting traffic pass. Smoggy Ghost has also invalidated. Winky has invalidated, I think. Who else have we got on the lap? I think Blank has just started a lap. So as he comes down, start finish straight, I guess. Into turn 2, 3. Try not to invalidate by taking too much curb. 4. And into turn 5 and 6. These are very fast corners as he does run wide. It's not invalidated, but that's really going to lower his time. A bit quiet, and I'm brilliant. I'll sort that. I will try. I actually can't get my mic up any louder. Okay. I will turn the game down. And I've got the mic turned up. Let me know if this is any better. Okay. Hello to everyone in chat. Martin, Mark, you, Carl, Connor. Right, let's see who... Blank goes fastest with a 1:15.8. That's a good banker lap to start him off. Okay, good. Yeah, this is my first time leading properly, so just trying to get a feel for all the audio levels and things like that. So, yeah. JP, not too far behind him, around 2/10 behind on a 1:16 lap, pretty much. He has sealed himself as the winner of the championship for Tier 3. So a very big well done to JP. Yeah, Wookie, as you said, isn't racing tonight, so that's going to drop him a lot of points and potentially he might move down places in the championship.
Yeah, because his second place in the championship is under threat from the... is he in tonight? No, I don't think he is, because there's only one Aston Martin out there, and that's Quimo. The other Aston Martin, which is Hive, is... I can't see in the grid, so... Actually, he may survive. We have got GTS though, who is 4th in the championship on 89 points, so still possibility that Wookie could end up dropping down to 3rd in the championship if GTS Drag King can get a strong result and take the runners-up spot in Tier 3.
Yeah, we're missing quite a couple of drivers today actually. Lots of reserves going on, which is, well, nice for the reserves to finish their season on a high note, but also a bit of a shame for the regular Tier 3 drivers that we've had a couple of dropouts for the final race of this season.
But those reserves that are Tier 2 and above, so Tier 2 and Tier 1, so that is Smith, Bobo, Armour and Airways, the rules apply that at the start of the race they must pit at the end of lap 1. They must pit under the safety car as GTS Drag King goes for a 15.693 to take pole position off of Blank with about 8.5 minutes left in qualifying. As I was saying, with the high tier drivers, they also have to pit under every safety car that comes out, as well as pit on the penultimate lap, so the second to last lap of the race. And they cannot qualify on the softs neither. So it's I think it's the mediums or the hards, whichever allocation they've got available to them in qualifying. As I think you're about to say that JP's took pole.
Yeah, with an impressive lap of a 1:15.4. So yeah, this is basically just a victory lap, or victory laps around Imola for JP now. but it's going to start heating up between a couple of the other drivers who are in this lobby. Evening to Bobo.
Well, I'm currently following Nels, who's currently just about to finish Sector 2 going into Sector 3. He's down, he's 3 seconds down though, so he's probably either on an in-lap or he's probably on an in-lap because his fuel's looking a bit low. So just trying to see if there's anyone else for you. Nuts. There's not. Sam. Yeah, he's just come. He's bailed.
Blank is also on a lap, I think. Very fast driver, Blank. We've seen it before. He can show incredible qualifying pace, but also incredible race pace as well. So yeah, interesting to see where he puts himself today. We've seen these top three, JP, Drag King and Blank, have been really going at it all season long. Drag King, I do believe, did move up from tier 4 near the middle of the season. But he's done very well considering he has moved up a tier. That's not just the pace of the other drivers, but also assists and settings and things like that. As Blank goes
15-0 for Blank.
That's around 4/10 faster than JP's lap, so very impressive.
So the benchmark comes down even further, so could we probably see a 14 by the end of qualifying, because just under 5.5 minutes left.
Yeah, we've still got 3 drivers who haven't set a lap. Airways retired earlier.
Yeah, they're the higher tier drivers, bottom of the timing pages.
Oh yes. We'll ride on board with Winky, I think, is on a lap. He's just coming into... No, I think he might be on an in-lap. Yeah. Although the Salva driver does get out the way for him. Okay, he's just coming up the straight out of 13 now. No, my bad. Not 13. 9 into... Yes, into 12 and turn 13 now. A nice set of corners, I always think, but he has invalidated. So he is going to find himself in a bit of a difficult place where he's going to have to dive back into the pits and get out as quick as possible again.
Got 2 of the top 6 on outlaps, quite close together. They're going through Sector 3. We've got Ty Clear on an outlap, getting ready to do another run, and we've got, I believe, Nels just behind him in the Ferrari. So 2 people that could probably get a little bit closer to the top 3, especially Nels with being on a 16-0, Ty Clear on a 17-0, so about a second between them. Ty Clear getting a bit slidey out the batser as he goes over the line to start a flying lap. On his way down to Tamburello.
I just think it's quite a fun set of corners, turn 2 and 3, because you feel like you need to brake earlier than you actually do, and then you get there and, well, you can kind of really throw the carbon.
Well, for many F1 historians like myself and a few of the nerds in MRC, Tamburello was never really a 3-corner chicane setup. It was one sweeping bend until they had to reprofile that section of the track after the death of Ayrton Senna in 1994 for safety reasons.
Into turn 14 and 15. 15 you want to try and take a little bit of curb, but you can very easily take too much and then your lap has invalidated. Round 16 into turn 17. Try not to push it too wide, otherwise you'll invalidate. Onto the final straight now. Where will this lap put Ty clear? Moves up to 5th place with a 1:16.5.
Nels goes into the 15s with a 15.8, slightly behind, so he would have had a little bit of a distant tow from Ty Clear's hassle. The Ferrari having to slightly take a bit of avoiding action of a Mercedes coming out the pit lane, which I believe would have been Drift Hawk.
I believe Triz is on a lap right now. He's had a strong performance all season. He dives it into... Oh, he spins round at turn 4.
Yeah, drops it on the exit at Tamburello, which is... at least it's early in the lap, so he can either... He's got plenty of time to recharge his battery, because losing it early can build the charge back up, but depends how much wear has just been scrubbed off those tyres, with the Williams points sliding 90 degrees at the exit of Tamburello, as the other Williams, Drag King, has just gone on to a flying lap now as well.
All ride on board with him then. I do quite like turn 4. He hasn't invalidated though.
Yeah, out of the exit of Tamburello, so again he'll probably look at, depending on how much fuel he's got left, probably recharging that battery up to go again, as I believe Nels has retired in the pit lane. He's called it done in the session. 33 seconds left in qualifying.
Drag King might struggle to make it round though in 30 seconds. He's still got
Top two and are on flying laps now. We've got Blank and JP. JP's the one in front.
We'll ride on board with our championship winner, JP, who is not currently sat on pole, as he drops it. Well, doesn't drop it, but push it way too wide, and that's his lap done.
Blank behind's also invalidated as well, so I believe that's probably Blank safe from pole position, with you saying that JP's had a moment as well, so
yeah.
Still a few cars left to finish laps, and
we'll have a look at CBG Sample as he comes around turn 9 into turn 10. An interesting set of corners again, because you can go way faster than you think you might be able to as he dives out.
Oh, he's getting off of for other cars. It's there's a lot of corners around Imola that can catch you out with for traction zones, like the exit of Tosa. And I think the trickiest corner on the entire track would have to be the exit of Aqua Minerale, because it's not straight. It's like a little S section, but it's also uphill as well. So it's very easy to lose the rear, and as well as I believe it's off camber as well on the entry in the middle of Aqua Minerale as well. But that's qualifying done.
Yes, so that is our order. We have on pole position with a 1:15 flat is Blank. Then we have JP, Drag King, Nels, Ty Clear, CBG Samble, Mutsnuts, Triz, Sternberg, Quimo, Drifthawk, Winky, Smoky Ghost, Brindle, Smit, Bobo, Armour, and Airways, I think was the last one. The bottom 4 did not set a lap because they are higher tier drivers. So yeah, this
Blank's chuffed to bits in the YouTube chat. He's just put pole in capital letters, so he's buzzing right now.
Congratulations to you, Blank. Incredible up there. 4/10 up from JP. Very fast, very fast. Puts my times to shame.
puts me to shame as well because I'm not that quick on one lap pace around here. I think track limit penalties will probably play a factor in this one because Imola's known for a lot of track limit penalties because we had quite a handful in tier 2 to start off our racing week. There was a few drivers with 3, 6, even 9 seconds worth of penalties, probably even 12 if possible, because of how easy it is to go off a track over track limits. But there are gravel on exits at certain places. Like there's gravel now. There's more gravel on the exit of Piratella. So it's very difficult to get wide out of corners because you end up dipping it in the gravel. But there's quite a few places like cutting corners and that where you can invalidate or pick up track limit penalties. So everyone on track tonight will be making sure that they stay within the limits because if any, dreading to say it, late safety car comes out towards the end of the race and you've got drivers on 3, 6 and possibly 9 seconds worth of penalties, that will come to bite them in the backside come the end of the race because the pack will be that bunched up that they'll probably cost themselves probably 2, 3, maybe 4 places depending on where they are with the penalties and everyone else in coalition to them on the timings.
Yeah, exactly. Bobo, I think if I will finish even within the points in tonight in tier 4, I will be a happy man. Because if I don't completely probably get even disqualified from just penalties of track limits on the final 3 corners or so, yeah, that'll be lucky. Exactly what Blank said, actually. Yeah, track limits will definitely be a killer today. So yes, we are in the 5-minute break now. This gives the drivers time to grab a drink of water, maybe go to the toilet, or consider their strategy for this race. Thank you, Bobo. Thanks. Good luck with your race as well. I'm sure you'll smash it, as you always do.
I'm sure Bobo will just be having a bit of fun tonight. He has got rules to follow though, which I'm sure Bobo will be well behaved and followed those rules as the higher tier drivers must follow that I mentioned during qualifying.
We've got 18 viewers at the moment. Can we get to 10 likes? Can we get to 3 more likes? Come on, only 3 of you need to like. And then
we was on about 22, I believe, at one point. I think Bobo said in the YouTube chat.
I think I clocked it as 31 at some point.
Oof.
Big spike, very big spike.
Yeah.
Right, you got any facts for us about Imola?
Well, I know you've been in the comms group for a little while now, you should know that they call me the encyclopedia for a reason. So the answer to that would be yes. So yeah, Imola, also known as Autodromo Enzo e Dino Ferrari,
or the San Marino Grand Prix. That too.
Well, the reason why it was known as the San Marino Grand Prix because there was a thing that was used, just for example, if a country could not host more than 2 Grand Prix, although in past seasons, just using this one for example, we had 2 German Grand Prix, one from Hockenheim and one from the Nürburgring, the GP layout. And one would be classified as the German Grand Prix, but the other one would have been classified as the European Grand Prix because a country couldn't host more than 1 race. But that has gone out the window of recent years because Italy has 2 races. Spain will have 2 races as of next year. And who knows how many America by the end of when Liberty Media finishes with it. So expect probably a lot more races in America as well, because we've got about, what is it, 1, 2, 4, I believe, in America now. But a country couldn't host more than 1 Grand Prix, so if it was in Europe, one of the races would be classified as the European Grand Prix. But back to Imola. 19 corners make up this track. We've got 8 going to the left and 9 going to the right. The circuit length is 3.050 miles. Drivers will be doing 32 laps, which is 50%, which is the length distance that we run here in MRC, which is a total race length of 96.017 miles. So for the first 3.050 miles of this track will be on the formation lap, which Blank is leading as we speak.
Yes, so we've got 4 drivers opting for the hard tyres, whereas the rest of the field opt for the mediums. So let's see what strategy is going to be produced here, because these tyres, especially with some of the high and low speed corners, they're going to be working extremely hard. Lots of degradation to go around.
It's going to be a slam dunk 2-stop in my opinion, but it depends what and also it depends on what allocation the driver gone for, because obviously you got different allocations. You got a soft tire allocation, a medium, a soft set allocation, medium set allocation, and a hard allocation. I think the safest bet would be to go for the harder allocation and probably look at running a medium hard, because those hards are easily the best tyre around this track. They hold the pace a lot longer and consistent, where around Imola the soft tyre is pretty much a bona fide qualifying tyre. You won't use it unless a very late safety car, but then again probably a medium would be best if it's late. But yeah, because the mediums drop off quite at a quick rate. So it depends. Have the drivers gone for the medium? Would be a medium hard strategy, or have they gone for the harder allocation, which would be a medium hard strategy?
Right, as our front drivers line up on the grid, however, Blank as slightly
Anti-Clear has missed his marks as well.
Should we ride on, or not on board with, but we'll keep a close eye on JP, see what movements he can make. As we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and we are off here in Imola. Held the drivers for a bit there. JP and Blank go side by side. Blank has lost the position temporarily. JP does make the move. It's side by side going into turn 2 and 3, but JP manages to stay ahead with Blank not too far behind. Blank just having another sneaky look again. He's really desperate for that position back, but JP's managed to get him just throughout the first couple of corners. Blank goes
We have a Mercedes with no front wing, which is nuts. Has been tangled up, I believe, on the exit of Tamburello. So it's going to be a lap 1 pit stop and a very steady.
Blank has completely lost it. That's put him in 17th. That's put him in last place currently.
Yeah, that's at Piratella, where he's dropped it. So the pole sit-up has gone from P1 down to P18.
I won't even look at the position change thing, because that will just. Anyway, JP currently in the lead leading Draken by just over a second as they go through the DRS zone. He sets a lap of 1:21.3 on the starting lap. Draken not too far behind him, within DRS currently. Doesn't have the DRS, but within DRS range currently. He is gaining quite heavily on JP. But once again, JP doesn't have to worry where he finishes today. He just has to enjoy the race because he has sealed himself as the championship
Ooh, sorry. Had a bit of a moment with a few drivers. We had two cars going side by side, going into Villeneuve, and Quimo's come worst away from it. He was fighting for the middle part of that top 10 as Drift Talk 3 seconds, and Quimo's going to be pitting for a new front wing because I think there would have been slight contact at Villeneuve which sent the Aston Martin into the gravel, and as we know, the gravel's not the easiest thing to stop a car in, and he's ended up skidding and hitting the barrier on the outside, so the Aston will be going into the pits at the end of this lap. Just so...
Apologies. Blank started dropping down. He's made his way back up because those higher tier drivers pitting, but he also made his way past Quimo, who realised that it probably wasn't his battle to fight in.
Drift Talk's gone.
Oh yeah, that's...
Drift Talk's in the wall at the pit exit. And I believe that is a VSC we've got.
Yeah,
That's a bizarre one because the Mercedes was in the wall just before the opening for the pit exit, so that's bizarre. I wonder what happened there for Drift Talk to end up in the wall at that section.
JP's really going to feel the pressure of Drag King though, because Drag King has been increasingly reeling JP in. So there's Quimo.
Ooh, Quimo for speeding under VSC.
Triz has sustained a penalty too. I think that probably is just from... Oh no, he's got a drive through too. I didn't see that.
Yeah, easy to get drive-throughs here because there's certain parts of the track where the delta really drops. You've seen.
Sorry, Blank I think just got a bit of front wing damage as he came round 13 and 14.
No, the wing's all there on the racing board. It's scrapping with the Ferrari of Winky, as I believe Triz is in, and he got a pit lane speeding penalty as on top of serving his drive-through.
Nell's coming very close up the back of Drag King now. Really looking for a move to get done. He really wants to challenge, potentially taking the win here today. But that's going to be incredibly hard considering JP is currently leading.
Back end stepped out a bit for JP through Piratella, and he was inches from dropping a wheel in the gravel as well.
Yeah, these front three really pulling ahead of the rest of the field. Nearly 7 seconds now ahead of Ty Clear in the Haas. Gap's really starting to form now, despite that VSC. Triz gets another penalty.
Yeah, Drag King will be under a little bit of Nels because of being outside the 1 second of JP, but Nels is not going to be close enough to make any move into Tamburello, so he's going to have to sit behind the Williams now through Villeneuve and Tozer. The problem with Imola, there's not that many overtaking spots. Well, there is if you're brave enough, but if you don't make a move into turn 1 Tamburello, you're pretty much stuck and stationary, sat behind the car in front for an entire lap until you get to that start-finish straight again. So it's quite a wait before you can have another stab at overtaking.
Yeah, it's very easy to push the track limits on those final 2 corners as well. That's why we can see we've already got 2 penalties only 5 laps in, and we would have had 3 if Driftwalk didn't DNF.
The problem is, if you go over track limits, as you find yourself dipping a wheel in the gravel, can be even more damaging and getting a track limit penalty.
Yeah. Right, we've got Drag King about 5/10 behind JP now. I think these 3, whilst Drag King is sort of reeling JP in a bit, they sort of found their places now.
Blank's made his way up to P5 now. He's just taken Sambal for P5, Racing Bull overtaking Red Bull. So damage limitation for Blank, currently P5. He'll start working away at the gap towards Ty Clear.
He's done very well to bring himself back up this far, considering he was in last temporarily.
Yeah, he's got 6.3 seconds to close down to Ty Clear. As we have a yellow at Tamburello, that is Brindle off at Tamburello.
He's recovered it though, so I think we might be alright. Yes. Okay, let's have a look. What battles we got going on? Drag King pulls ahead of JP. I did say that gap was coming a lot closer, but now Drag King has made his way past JP. Can Nels capitalise off of these 2 battling? Because JP's really going to want that place back now, but Nels is also going to really be fighting as Bobo goes fastest with a 1:18.5. He is a higher tier driver, so he's pitted at the end of lap 1.
Those medium tyres will be starting to feel the effects at this stage, because about halfway through the stint. If you're going to do 1 stop around Imola, I believe mediums, the latest you want to pit is probably, I think it's lap 12, I was told from somebody when I was with them during a practice session last week. So a 1 stop's doable, but you've got to really nurse the tyres, especially the mediums in the opening stint.
JP all over the back of Drag King just through the final couple of corners. Drag King is pulled quite nicely, I was just saying, as JP goes ahead, Drag King nearly runs into the back of JP into turn 2 and 3. But JP already pulled up on the nose and ride it into the sunset. Really drift the car through there. Nels once again trying to capitalise on these 2 fighting, but he doesn't even have to worry about the car behind now. Ty Claire almost 11 seconds behind him. The gap is really opening up.
Yeah, the gap between Ty Clear and Blank's the one that's coming down. Blank's got that down to 2.8 at this moment, so he's really closing in on Ty Clear's Haas.
Blank's going to have some work to do though to catch up to the front runners.
This is going to be off-putting for the leaders, because we've got a back marker of Triz who's on brand new medium tyres, so they're going to have a lot more pace than the race leaders, so hopefully he doesn't put them off too much while they're scrapping for the top 3 places, as he unlaps himself from his teammate as JP's in.
Oh yeah, that feels like a relatively
That's
good place to pit, but also...
Yeah, he's this early on, it's definitely a 2-stop for JP in the Sauber.
Sternberg gets 3 seconds. Probably track limits in a lot of these places. There's only 1 or 2 places I can think where you're really gonna get a corner cutting penalty, but in a lot of places there is track limits to be had.
Well, one of a couple of them that you can get them is at the chicane going into the start of at the start of sector 3. You've got the exit of Villeneuve. Pick one. You can even pick them up at Tamburello if you cut too much of the corner, and even in Acqua Minerale you can pick up one there as well. So there's quite a few places on this track where you can pick it up. It's knowing where the track limits can be picked up and just taking that extra bit of caution that you don't trickle over the white line, because as the real life FI said in this going into, I think it was this season or last season, that the white lines define the racetrack.
Yeah, Nell's getting very close on the gearbox at Drag King now. He's managed to pass the back marker of Triz, Drag King's teammate, but he's just under 5/10 back from Drag King now. He's got a very big amount of pace, and he's going to really want to use that, but he's not going to want to push the car too hard, otherwise he's going to really wear down those tyres and find himself getting track limits penalties.
Yeah, you'll find the track limit penalties tend to kick in around here, especially when the tyre wear starts to kick in, because the car will start sliding and it's easy to slide the car over the white. I think he's got 3 seconds. I believe that was probably at Villeneuve.
Bobo has made his way up to 4th position, even after pitting and not setting qualifying lap, because of being a higher tier driver, whilst Blank has also made his way all the way up the field again. It's very impressive, but he does have a gap of around 12 seconds now, which is ebbing flowing a bit. It's somewhat decreasing as he goes into the pits. What tyre is he on? He is on the medium tyre, 10 laps of medium tyre. He is definitely going to be wanting to go onto the hards now.
Yep, hard tyres onto the Racing Bull. So he's going to drop down the order again, but he's got fresh tyres from everyone around him, as I believe Brindle's dropped it, and is that a virtual? We have, yeah, a virtual safety car, because the safety car hasn't made its way out. Second retirement. We've just lost Brindle in the Sauber.
Blank is definitely gonna feel that though. He pitted at like the complete wrong time. He's just pulled out of the pit lane as the VSC came out. But Bobo is really going to be the one who capitalises from this. 24 seconds behind Nels. If this safety car can stay out, this VSC can stay out for much longer, he'll be happy to pull that gap closer.
Got Drag King really slowing down at the rebutters to keep an eye on his delta. I believe he dives in, as so does Nels. Both the front two are in under the virtual safety car.
And that will,
I believe both of them will be going onto the hard tyre.
We know how good
Triz with 3
Bobo
seconds.
with tyres. He is also a tyre whisperer. He's like Ant in that sense. He is a lot like Ant. He is a very big tyre whisperer. But I'm interested to see how long he can last these hard tyres, as he does take provisional lead now.
Yeah, JP's got the undercut on them as well. They're on hards, where JP is on another set of mediums.
Yeah, that's really worked for him actually. Going on to those mediums is quite early. Put him ahead of his closest rival in this race at least. And it's not too far behind Bobo, which is a good thing and a bad thing in some cases, considering how good at defending Bobo is.
Well, if I was in JP's shoes, and I've got like a high tier driver like Bobo in front of me, for example, if I could break DRS of the car behind and get within DRS of Bobo, I would use Bobo with being a higher tier driver and having that bit of extra speed in that, probably use him to open up a gap to the cars behind. You can get a little bit crafty with the higher tier drivers. You can use them to your advantage to pull you along to open up a gap from the cars behind. So it can get a little bit strategic once you get the higher tier drivers amongst the tier 3, tier 4 drivers.
Precisely, yeah. Bobo, despite being that higher tier driver, JP is vaguely reeling him in. It is once again ebbing and flowing, but he's getting there. He is getting there.
Yeah, he's bouncing around the 1 second mark, and Drag King's also hovering around at 8, 9 tenths to a second, as Winky's picked up 3 seconds now. That must have been at the exit of Villeneuve, judging from the track map.
JP's going to want to finish on the podium today, especially, well, it doesn't matter on points particularly, but yeah, he has finished every race this season on the podium except for in Brazil. So just that one.
Well, he missed, I believe he missed out on the podium in Kota last week because we were on comms for that one.
Oh yes, yes.
Oh, we've got a full safety car now.
What's happened there? I think that is... oh no, I don't know. Bobo is in the pits though. That's a good time for him. Or he's coming out of the pits now. I don't know exactly what's caused that.
An end plate, I reckon that's what's brought out the safety car.
Who's missing an end plate? Sorry.
The Red Bull Sambao.
Okay.
Missing a right side of the, left side of the Red Bull end plate, so a new front wing for the Red Bull Sambao. Strangely enough, we have somebody that's decided to give soft tyres a gamble.
Well, we did see on the proposed race strategies.
Sternberg's gone for the soft tyre, the Alpine.
We did see the proposed strategies. The restop does include the soft tyre, which I think is an interesting choice because you probably can quite easily enough make it round just on the 2-stop. But I guess if it fits his driving style more, then so be it.
Yeah, I weren't expecting anyone to use... Oh, it's Trizzers all to change onto the soft tyre as well down in 16th, so that's two drivers towards the tail end of the field taking the gamble as JP's pitted from the lead. I believe he'll be looking at a set of hard tyres and looking to take them to the end from here. And it is hard tyres going on to that Sauber. And a front wing as well. He needed a front wing change as well, so that shows me he's had a bit of damage during that thing. Triz has been disqualified for ignoring yellow flag, and Triz has also, yeah, so Triz has just been disqualified. Bizarre there.
Is it going to carry us to next season, or does it just get eradicated? I honestly don't know.
Well, Triz finds himself taking an early shower along with Brindle and Drift Hawk with his disqualification.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. Ignoring yellow flags, so we must have overtaken someone over yellow flag, or was above the delta. Either way.
My guess is probably a legal overtake or something, because that's the only way I'd see ignoring yellow flags.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting one.
You don't see that often.
No, I haven't seen somebody like fully disqualified in. Well, I think the last time I saw it was in Canada. The first race that I saw in this league, actually, Canada. Yeah.
Still got a few stragglers towards the tail end of the grid. We've got I think it's Sambal, Smith and Quimo that are the last three cars to catch up to the safety car train, as Sternberg's just caught the back of the safety car train now as the safety car heads towards Villeneuve.
I wonder if it's going to come in this lap though.
It's usually stays out for 2 or 3 laps, so we could be seeing the safety car making its way into the pits at the end of this one, and Sambal's just brought the pack up at Tozer, so it's just Smith and Quimo that are about the length of the straight from Tozer to Piratella in the safety car, so we might get the safety car in at the end of this lap.
We'll find out
with
when we cross this sector line. Let's have a look.
Yeah, Quimo's now on the back of the train now as well, so we have the entire pack now behind the safety car. And there it is.
So Drag King is going to take over the safety car duties. We'll see when he's going to go. He's got a couple of corners left to go before the actual start line, and there is no overtaking until the actual start finish line, even though that they might be at full race pace. And when will he go? Nels is going to be right around the back of him, just trying to find anywhere to go. He's quite late. He takes it into the final corner and he still doesn't go.
Well, because of its... Yeah, you don't want to be going too early because you the opportunity of a car behind getting a tow to make a move down towards Tamburello as Nelson on Drag King.
I believe Bobo has had a moment somewhere because he has dropped all the way down again. But we carry on.
Some of the higher tier drivers as well tend to let the like the tier 3 and tier 4 drivers, the lower tiers, go because they don't want to intervene in their races. So sometimes I've seen it in tier 2 where a tier 1's lifted off and allowed a couple of us to go through. So I think the high tier drivers are just trying not to impede on the battles for the tier 3 and tier 4 drop. Probably why he dropped down to where he is, unless he did make a little error on that restart.
Exactly. And Blank has, despite dropping all the way down, was it the first or second lap,
he was down to 20th at on the very first lap.
Yes, he's made his way back up to 3rd place, which is where did he start? He started on pole.
Ooh, side by side with Nels through Tamburello.
That is an interesting place to make an overtake, but I like to see it. I mean, we saw it this year in the real life thing. I mean, there's an Oscar
Worth a try. Oh, JP's got out of... and he's took a trip into the gravel. So that's JP losing a handful of pace.
And that puts Drag King in the lead now. As Blank's really trying to make a move some way on Nels. We'll have a little look on board with him.
Nels will be getting a little bit that cockpit because he's got Blank all over his ring, and he's slowly seeing Drag King being able to open up a gap, but he has closed it back down to Drag King now. The top three back together again.
They've got a little train going now, and even though there is only one DRS straight, I say it's quite efficient. It's quite a powerful DRS zone, but
as long as you get the good exit out of the second Rivazza, because if you dip a wheel on the exit of the Rivazza, you lose a lot of time.
Yeah, exactly. Blank is so close up the rear diffuser of Nels now. Where is he going to make his move? He tries to go side by side, just not enough pace through there. Goes down onto this sort of straight now.
Yeah, the front three going up the hill towards Piratella. As I believe Mutsnuts has just had a moment out of Tozer, which has allowed JP to slip up a place. So JP's gone from 6th to 7th, so he's on a recovery after having a little diversion at Villa to go, and he's already on the back of the Ferrari of Wiki.
Yeah, JP very well to regain a couple of positions. He does make the move,
and he's way before the Rivazza.
Winky does realise that it's probably not his battle to fight.
And I believe a 5-lap hards would be a lot better than 6 and 9 lap mediums at this point, as Quimo's now got past Mutsnuts as well. But JP's next target, he's really closed down as well, because the difference in tyres, tie clear on 11 lap old hards, where JP is on 5 lap hard. So he's really closed up behind the Haas.
Drag King currently in the lead now, only about 3/10 or so ahead of Nels, and about 5/10 ahead of Blank.
Oh, Blank's picked up 3 seconds. That could play a factor towards the end of this one.
And not just the race, but also the championship, because he's very close to the front on the championship. But then again, Wookie isn't here, so that's going to be a massive drop of points.
Well, if it was to finish now, obviously GTS Drag King would be picking up 25 points. That would easily put him runner-up behind JP.
That's why Blank is so eager to get past, and he's going to struggle, especially with that 3 seconds, but JP gets past.
Drag King's now picked up 3 seconds, and now the ballpark's with Nels, because the two around him are now on 3 seconds of penalties. Nels hasn't got any yet.
Nels just needs to keep his nose clean, and he can find himself in a very comfortable place.
JP's recovery drive is in full effect. He's now up to P4, but I believe Sauber is missing an end plate on the left hand side.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah, he's going to want to dive into the pit soon. He's already used one of his front wings. I forget how many front wings you do get. Is it unlimited, or is it just
it's unlimited. There's no limitation to how many wings you get. It doesn't seem to be affecting him too much.
No.
Although it is about 6 laps between JP and Ty Clear on tyre life.
Yeah. Right, Nels, the ball is in your court, as you said earlier. Sorry. Nels has just got to run his race nice and clean, not make any mistakes really, and yeah. Let's have a look at JP again. He's got that gap ahead of him, and especially with that front wing damage, he's not going to ultimately finding himself gaining too much time currently, but he is definitely safe from Ty Clear, who is behind him as he did overtake him earlier. We've got Bobo having a look up the back of Ty Clear, choosing to defend it, or he might just not be close enough yet. But we will see as we move through corners 13 and 14.
Oh, we have another full safety car.
Oh, and another one, right as Bobo was just having a look at Ty Clear. What is that for?
Having a look?
I think it might be Sternberg's.
Ah, Snuts.
Yeah.
Yep, Andy's got 10 seconds as well for corner cutting, and Hambar's picked up a drive-through for speeding on the pit lane. But yeah, everybody diving into the pits, so it depends on what you've got. If you've gone for the medium allocation, you'll have 2 sets of medium. If you've gone for the harder allocation, you'll have 2 sets of hard. So that's a bizarre JP on Inters.
Do they know something we don't? I mean, it's slightly cloudy.
No, I don't know. I don't think that's a mistake on JP or a glitch with his something for him, because I don't know, because
I mean, he didn't use that many compounds in qualifying, I don't think. And he would have been on softs, and he's only used one set of mediums and one set of hards. So yeah, that's odd.
well, we've got Armar on Inter down in 15th. I know he's a higher tier driver, but
could we see an interesting end to this race? Could we see an interesting end to this race? As Drag King leads the pack with the safety car, he's going to be the one to restart this again. He does have a penalty. I think it was 3 seconds for corner cutting, or multiple warnings, I guess.
got the higher tier drivers moving off track to allow the lower tier drivers through under the safety car. It's nice and respectful and a nice sportsmanship for the higher tier driver, as long as they do it careful and don't cause any of the lower tier drivers to pick up a 10 seconds for ignoring yellow flags. JP stays out on those inters.
I'm starting to think
it still looks a little bit too bright at the moment, so
and even if it was bright, like, they'd still be on slicks for now. Yeah, it's an odd one. Armour hasn't cut it again either, and he is also on the inters.
something to keep an eye on, I think.
Yeah, that will be interesting.
Because if it does start raining, then JP's pulled an absolute corker.
Exactly. I feel like we would have seen more people go onto the inters when everybody finished. It was going to rain.
Yeah. The only benefit that JP has got is the fact that they're not going around at race speed. He's not burning those inters up behind the safety car. Well, he will be a little bit, but not as much as he would be going at race pace, so he's not doing too much damage, and you can see that he's not weaving either, because he won't want to weave on those because he'll take too much out of them and burn them up. So he's doing the Kimi Räikkönen and just driving in a straight line, not wanting to destroy those inters. Does look overcast, as you said a moment ago, but it still looks a little bit too bright for any rain. So that is a very late call for the safety car.
My God. Wow, that's not really going to give any time to drag king.
That's really having to really bunch them up. And I think he's gone now. No, he's leaving it really late because of see. Oh, I think it's just started. It is.
Oh yeah, it has. Wow.
It is raining.
JP and Armour, kudos to you for taking that risk. That is incredible timing. Absolutely incredible.
It's still too dry though at this stage. He's going to have to be careful on those inters as he's picked up a little bit of Villeneuve.
Blank gets past Nels.
That'll be the difference between Blank on the mediums and now, because those mediums will hide up a lot quicker than those hards, and with the track being a bit cooler at this moment, with the drops of rain and the cloud cover, those hards won't be as effective at this during these conditions as the mediums would be, because the mediums will be able to keep the temperature a lot better than those hards with the cooler track temperature and air temperature with the rain and the clouds overhead.
JP, even though he's on those intermediate tyres, is finding himself corner cutting in a couple of places. Not extreme corner cutting. And he's still missing that front wing. I don't think he changed that when he came into the pits, or maybe he's... Well, not the whole front
But
wing.
Quimo swooped around the outside of him with the RS.
He's going to find he's going to have an advantage though if this rain keeps...
Winky's swapped to the inters. Sternberger's also... Smoggy Ghost also on in. So we've got 3 drivers now, intermediates towards the back of the pack as well.
Right, Nels just needs to keep his nose clean, and he should be feeling quite like he's in a good place here now. This Blank is all over the back of Drag King. The pole sitter, who did lose out loads of places, does find himself taking the lead of this race all the way from last to first. Well, from first to last, back to first again. Will it be made irrelevant though, merely by the fact that it is starting to rain? He did have that slight tyre advantage, being on the medium tyres, over Drag King's hards. As you said earlier, his tyres will heat up a lot quicker, a bit more traction, a bit more grip through some of the corners, as Drag King flies his way past with that DRS.
I think with the lights, I'm about 10 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. And he's also retired in the pit lane as well, as JP's picked up 3 seconds.
Wow, yeah, I mean, in terms of points, it won't really, well, it won't affect him because he's won, but...
No, but it's going to really race on the head. The rain looks a little bit heavier than a moment ago, so it depends how quickly this track gets slippery and wet. Because at this stage, if you're on the dry tyres like Drag King, Blank and Nels are, with the gap you've got to Quimo in P4, the laps are ticking away, and it's just going to be too late to make the move to inters, because you'll cost yourself more places than you probably would do if you stayed out. So it could be the fact that the top 3 are going to have to tiptoe at the end of this one, because it does look like the track is getting greasier and slipperier with each passing moment. 28 out of 32. as Quimo's in the pits.
Yeah, I think Bobo once again finding
Oh,
himself
Nels!
pulling up at the top. Nels has gone.
Nels has I think he's missed his braking point and slipped at Tamburello, and now he's the P5. He couldn't even be P6. It is. Nels has gone from P3 to P6.
He's managed to not sustain any damage though, which is an absolute miracle.
Yeah, but is that the sign that the track is slowly coming towards the Inters?
If we have a look at the fastest lap, the fastest lap is currently set by Blank, who was on the slicks. Set that in the dry. So yeah, that's gonna be
the gap to Blank and JP is not really coming down that much, so it may be. Was the front two really struggling for grip as they carry on? They're taking the gamble. The front two taking the gamble, and I believe they're going to stay out for the flag and just try and make it to the end of this one on dry tyres on a wet, slippery track.
Yeah, they've only got a couple of laps to go. He's going to have the traffic of Sternberg now, though. We've just had a slight moment. Anyway, Drag King and Blank, also JP they all have 3 seconds. JP on the intermediate tyre, 6 seconds, nearly 7 seconds behind Blank, but Blank is around a second behind Drag King. As long as Nels can stay relatively close to JP, which he's only got a couple of laps to go and he's about 6 seconds behind, but if he can stay within 3 seconds, he might be able to guarantee himself, well not guarantee, he might be able to find himself a podium.
The gap's gradually coming down between JP and Blank. I believe the track's getting slightly wetter, but I believe it's too late now for it. Too much of a risk for Drag King and Blank to pit at this stage, because you can see JP just at the back of shot from Blank. As Sternberg has tied in the pit lane, so we're now down to 13 runners with 3 laps to go. We've got lap 30, 31 and 32 left to go. And it's just a fight for survival for the front two. The gap to JP and Blank is now under 4 seconds, and it's just going to keep ticking down.
Nels has had a moment.
I believe Nels has had a moment. Exit of Tamburello.
It's quite the sight to see. Bobo finds himself in 4th. 2 laps to get that gap down. I doubt he'll do it.
Bobo Armour Airways will have to pit on the end of the next lap, so the 31. Watch those 3 to pile into the pit lane to make their stop on the penultimate lap, as well as Smith down in P9. It's under 2 seconds now between JP and Blank, so the front two really fight grip at the Rivato, and you can see the difference in grip because of how much JP is closing in on the front two as we're now on the 31st and penultimate lap.
Yeah, Blank is really going to want to try and stay ahead of JP. I don't know how long he'll be able to try and hold him off for, though. Got a yellow flag, I think that was, yeah, Winky, but he's covered it.
The problem for Blank and Drag King is all 3 of them are on second, so it's a level playing field. So if JP overtakes them, and the difference in grip, difference in grip between, so that is for position as well, because all 3 of these drivers are on 3 seconds. So it's slowly falling into JP's hands, with the track getting greasier and greasier as we come towards the end of the Tier 3 season.
The real question is now, can the championship winner overtake the leader of this race? He's on the...
It's only a matter of time with the track conditions, as he's already damaged front wing and all.
Yeah, incredible performance from him today.
But fair play to the likes of Drag King, Blank, Nels, Ty Clear, the only Tier 3 driver moment on dry tyres on this greasy track. So fair play to those to take the gamble and stay out. But the call from JP to go onto Inters under the safety car has just fell into his lap.
Yeah, brilliant performance from him. JP didn't start this race leading. Started in second, just behind Blank, but did manage to get the overtake done in the first couple of corners. Your championship winner, everyone, really sealing the deal here today as he wins the race.
He's not quite there yet, he's still sector to go. But it's a format. Yeah, that's the difference. He's on intermediates, and you can see how greasy the track is now. Drag King and Blank are going to be tiptoeing to the line on this lap, but JP having no issues with those inters. He's making his way through the rivets of time.
Right, as he crosses the line, JP wins the final race of the season here in Imola. Your championship winner is Kick. She loves JP. We already did this last week. But anyway, he is the winner of Tier 3 this season. He's not only the winner of that, but also the winner here in round 10 in Imola. The next two to cross the line are Drag King and Blank. An incredible performance from both of those today. And then it will be presumably Nels and then Quimo, who even with the 3 seconds does finish in 5th. Coming round the final corner now is Ty Clear. Yes, Ty Clear. And then Mutsnuts. Mutsnuts does finish just behind. Winky does have 3 seconds. But he has passed Armour. Armour has let the lower tier drivers through. We have...
Yeah, you got the letting Smoggy goes through as well, so...
And that rounds it off, I think, in this order. It might be a battle between the higher tier drivers so you can finish first, but we'll see. That is it for the specifically tier 3 drivers.
As the higher tier drivers are taking a trip into the pit lane to finish this one.
Well, there you go then. That is the final order of the final race of the season for Tier 3.
And Airways picks up 10 seconds at the end.
Of course he would. Of course he would. Well then, JP didn't initially start on pole position today, but managed to find his way up to the lead. Couple of moments here and there. Amazing strategy calls. Surprisingly enough, though, I mean, he was incredible today. But I'm going to have to give it to Blank, to be honest. The driver of the day for me. Race winner was JP, fastest lap. Blank, driver of the day, Bobo. Most overtakes was Blank, and cleanest driver was Bobo. The finishing order for today was Kick, She Loves JP, who is your championship winner, who was established last time in Kota. Then we had Drag King, Blank, Nels, Quimo, Ty Clear, Mudsnuts, Winky, Smoggy Ghost, Bobo, Armar, Smit, Airways, Sternberg, and then our did not finishers or disqualifiers was CBG Samble, Brindle, Drifthawk, and Triz. Carl, who was your driver of the day?
I would have to, only because of the call he made. It looked like it looked like a risk when we seen it, but it soon paid out to be the correct call in the end. And only because of that reason, I'm giving my vote to JP for that miraculous decision to go onto the Inters on that last safety car period we had. And as we noticed, the track got it slowly more damper and greasier as the laps went on, and it just fell right to JP at the end. And with the front three all on 3 seconds, it would be for track position, and for getting that call correct with the intermediates and taking that risk and having it pay off. Like I say, I'm giving my vote to JP.
I'm going to have to give my vote to Blank, actually, because he had that moment in the first couple of laps or so, dropped all the way down, and then still managed to recover it. An amazing recovery drive.
Oh, so, yeah, you've a valid point with that, because, yeah, he dropped down to pretty much stone dead last on the last lap. So the recovery drive, phenomenal from Triz, and JP having to make a slight recovery drive himself when he went into the. I'm not going to argue with your vote neither, so I think it's a shared one this week.
Right, that is it for Tier 3. Tier 4, which I am racing and you get to see my lovely driving, will be in about 15 minutes. I believe you'll have Connor leading that. He's either not racing or he is racing and then commentating. But that is it from Tier 3 and potentially me and Carl for this season. So from both of us, we will see you next season. Goodbye.